Project Serpo, The Secret Exchange, Part 1. In the midst of the Cold War, a time when global tensions were at an all-time high between the United States and the Soviet Union, a far stranger secret was unfolding in the shadows. This secret would change humanity's perception of itself and the universe. This is the story of Project Serpo, one of the most mysterious and controversial covert operations in history. It all started in 1947 on July 2nd, when a strange event took place near Roswell, New Mexico. A UFO, or unidentified flying object, crashed in the desolate desert. Initially, the United States military claimed the wreckage was from a weather balloon, but rumors and speculations began to spread. What if the object that crashed wasn't from Earth? What if it wasn't a weather balloon at all, but an alien craft? Over the decades, many people began to question the official narrative, suggesting that the military had covered up the truth about the crash. For years, the details of the event remained unclear, until a former military officer, who would later become known only as Anonymous, stepped forward in the 1970s with a startling revelation. The Roswell crash wasn't just some freak accident. It was part of something far larger, something that involved an alien race. According to the whistleblower, the wreckage of the Roswell UFO contained survivors. These beings, later called the Ebens, were not human. They were extraterrestrial visitors from a distant world called Serpo, located in the Zeta Reticuli star system, around 39 light-years from Earth. The crash was not a mere accident. It was a pivotal moment in history, for it marked the beginning of a series of exchanges between Earth and these alien beings. The Ebens had been visiting Earth for years. Their technology, knowledge, and methods far surpassed humanity's, and they had been secretly observing our planet long before the crash. After the crash in 1947, the aliens made an unexpected offer. They wanted to establish contact with Earth's governments and proposed an exchange. The Ebens would share advanced technology, scientific knowledge, and even medicine, in return for the opportunity to engage in direct cooperation with Earth's leaders. This marked the beginning of Project Serpo, a covert team composed of military personnel, scientists, and experts in various fields was put together. These individuals would become the first humans ever to travel to another planet. Their mission was clear: to exchange knowledge and technology, learn from the Ebens, and, most importantly, ensure that humanity would benefit from this unprecedented cooperation. But before anything could happen, the U.S. government had to establish a secure communication line with the Ebens. The first attempts at communication were based on rudimentary methods, attempts to send signals and detect responses from the Ebens spacecraft. Over time, the government managed to develop a rudimentary understanding of the Ebens language, using a combination of telepathic signals and electronic transmissions. This process took years of experimentation and refinement. However, the Ebens were patient, and soon they established direct communication with Earth's leaders. By the mid-1960s, the exchange had been formalized. The United States agreed to send a small team of 12 military personnel to the planet Serpo. This was a bold and risky move, but the benefits were too great to ignore. The team was selected not only for their technical expertise, but for their ability to handle the stress and isolation of such a daunting mission. They underwent extensive training in preparation for their journey to the alien world. The team consisted of military officers, doctors, engineers, and even linguists. They were trained in a variety of disciplines to help them adapt to Serpo's alien environment. They were briefed on the potentially hazardous nature of their mission, as the planet Serpo was known to have a harsh climate and an unpredictable environment. It was said to have a desert-like landscape with extreme temperature fluctuations, making survival a serious challenge. The team's departure was top secret. A specially designed spacecraft, equipped with both human and alien technology, was created for the journey. The craft was unlike anything Earth had ever seen before, capable of traveling at speeds far beyond the reach of conventional rockets. This advanced technology, provided by the Ebens, allowed the crew to travel through space at an incredible rate. The journey itself, according to the whistleblower, took nearly a year to complete. The spacecraft traveled across vast stretches of space, carrying the 12 astronauts in a state of hibernation. This hibernation process was meant to preserve the crew's health during the lengthy journey, but it also meant that the team was largely in the dark about what was happening around them. Their lives were in the hands of the advanced technology aboard the craft. The crew arrived in the Zeta Reticuli system and approached the alien world of Serpo. As they came closer, they could see the planet's surface. Vast deserts stretching for miles, rocky terrain that seemed inhospitable to human life. The atmosphere was thin, with very little oxygen, and the temperatures ranged from scorching heat during the day to freezing cold at night. Still, the Ebons had created a series of technologically advanced cities on the planet, and the humans were greeted by their alien hosts. The Ebons were tall, humanoid beings, standing around 7 to 8 feet tall. They had smooth grayish skin and large almond-shaped eyes. Their communication was largely telepathic, though they could also speak in a complex alien language. The cities they had built on Serpo were unlike anything Earth's astronauts had seen before. They were technologically advanced in ways that Earth couldn't yet comprehend. It was as though the Ebons had mastered energy, space travel, and medicine to a degree that made human technology seem primitive in comparison. For the human crew, the first few weeks on Serpo were filled with wonder and awe. The advanced technology, the alien landscapes, and the strange customs of the Ebons were all deeply fascinating. The astronauts spent time learning from the Ebons, sharing knowledge, and trying to understand their advanced way of life. They were also tasked with gathering any intelligence that might benefit Earth, especially regarding the Ebons' technological advancements. But it wasn't long before the crew began to realize that things were not as simple as they had been led to believe. The conditions on Serpo were harsh. The crew had to contend with the planet's extreme weather, as well as challenges related to food and water. They were constantly in danger of dehydration or sickness due to the unfamiliar conditions. Some members of the crew began to show signs of physical and psychological strain. The humans were also confronted with the cultural differences between them and the Ebons. The telepathic communication was both fascinating and alienating. At times, the crew felt overwhelmed by the intensity of the Ebons' thoughts. There were moments of miscommunication and misunderstanding, and the crew struggled to adapt to the ways of their new alien hosts. Despite these challenges, the astronauts remained committed to their mission. They had been sent to Serpo to learn, to gather knowledge, and to lay the groundwork for humanity's future interactions with the Ebons. But as time passed, some began to question the true nature of their mission and whether the government had fully prepared them for the realities of life on another planet.